No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
Well, sir, according to recent news, this statement wound up being a lie. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Biden administration building 20 more miles of border wall down there in Starr County, Texas, which is right in the Rio Grande Valley sector. Now, as you saw in the very beginning, back in 2020, when Joe Biden was running for president, he was asked on several occasions about the border wall because Trump was building it. And they're saying, hey, are you going to continue what Trump did? He says, no, we're not going to build one more foot of border wall. But obviously, that's a lie, or at best, it was just not true, or they changed their mind or something, because they're building at least 20 more miles of border wall on the southern border. Now, $1 million question, will it be effective at reducing the issue with the border crisis? Maybe, maybe not, because they need a lot more than 20 miles. They need the entire border. They need more border patrol. They need more technology. They need everything. They need to reverse some of these policies. They need to do a lot more than just build 20 miles of wall. But the statement about we're not going to build one more foot is not true. And the question is, why is he doing it? Well, we're going to get into that. But first, let's hear from Joe Biden himself, because there are some statements being made from the Homeland Security Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas, and then Karine Jean-Pierre, and then Joe Biden. I don't know what's what. Now, if you want to see this and all the other clips in this video in full, link, as always, will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No. Okay, thank you.
So you heard the question, do you believe the border wall works? The answer, he said, was no. And then this is recent. This is just a couple of days ago. And he said at the very beginning, from back 3 years ago, that he's not going to build one more foot. But yet you're still building a wall, although you say you're not going to build any. And you just said today or recently that the wall doesn't work. Let's continue.
Answer one question on the border wall. The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't. They wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriate.
So basically he's saying, look, there was already money set aside for the wall and I can't change it. So they had to do something with the money related to the wall. So they got to build the wall. Now, if I'm hearing that incorrectly, y'all please correct me in the comments. But I believe that's what your man Joe Biden is saying right here. Let's keep on going. Now, here is Karine Jean-Pierre. Now, remember, Alejandro Mayorkas, Department of Homeland Security Secretary, he came out and made a statement saying there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border of the United States in order to prevent unlawful entries. That is from Alejandro Mayorkas himself. Now, you heard what Joe Biden said. Let's hear what Karine Jean-Pierre has to say about the whole situation.
If the border wall is ineffective, why is the Homeland Security Secretary saying that it's necessary to prevent unlawful entries into the United States?
I have not seen that full statement. I know. I hear you. I'm just saying I've not seen his full statement on.
What more do you need to see? What more do you need to read? What more context will make the statement any different? You're just trying to avoid the question because you know there's a contradiction between what Alejandro Mayorkas said and what Joe Biden said, and you're caught in the middle.
On that, what I can speak to is for the president. The president's been very clear that he doesn't believe it's effective. He answered that question of your colleague. That's what I can speak to. That's what we're going to talk about. And we've actually said there are smarter ways and more effective ways in dealing with this.
Well, if they have smarter and more effective ways, obviously they're not implementing them. I think maybe a smart and effective way would be to have physical barriers on the wall, which is why the Biden administration is building a wall, at least partially. Now, here's part of what's going on the border. Let's check it out. I might see a Border Patrol truck right here. Now, if we got thousands upon thousands of people rushing the border and you have limited border agents, you don't have a wall, you don't have the things necessary to be able to repel this invasion, pretty much what it is. If you don't have these things, then how are you really going to be successful? You got to have the tools required to defeat this enemy. Now, let's check out some news right here. CNN is kind of exposing Joe Biden on the whole border kerfuffle. Let's see what they say. Let's see if they are honest or not. Let's check it out. And of course, remember, everything will be in the box, IG, link in bio. Go to the article on the website.
President Biden is building the wall, at least part of it. This is something he said he would not do. The Biden administration announced it will waive 26 federal laws to allow border wall construction in South Texas.
It's funny how you could just waive 26 federal laws and then build a wall in South Texas. But then he says, oh, well, the money's already been appropriated. We can't do anything. Our hands are tied. Your hands are tied when you want them to be tied. When you want to get loosed, then you'll do that as well. But I digress.
Because of what they call an acute and immediate need. The plan is to construct up to 20 miles of new border barriers in Starr County. That's in the Rio Grande Valley area. Some 245,000 migrants have attempted to cross the border illegally in just that one sector since October of last year. On the entire border there, the number is closer to 3 million. Hundreds of migrants rushed past border control agents near El Paso yesterday. So when he was running for president, Biden made clear that he would not expand the border wall.
And let's pause for a second. I have been to El Paso, Texas, and I saw their wall. They got a nice wall. It's like a double wall. They got barbed wire, a lot of security. It's a military base right there. Matter of fact, when I was on the plane going to El Paso, it was a young lady who was in the military right next to me with a full uniform on, and she had her dog with her, like military dog. This dog shed like nothing you ever seen before. I'm talking about the shedding was like a car going down the highway, 70 hairs a second. But I digress.
If elected.
Trump campaigned on build that wall. Are you willing to tear that wall down?
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
The president also said today that former presidents have said to him that they wish that they had built a wall. Do you recall President Obama ever saying that?
I can't think of a single one who said that. We need border security, but that's not the border security we need.
And on the day he took office, President Biden signed a proclamation stating that, quote, building a massive wall that spans the entire southern border is not a serious policy solution. That we should know today's action does not do that. It's a 20-mile section. Nevertheless, it is very different than what President Biden campaigned on. CNN
much different than what Joe Biden campaigned on. Very interesting. So we are building some wall. Built that wall, I guess. So now, as I close, I guess to those who supported Joe Biden and voted for him and said that Trump's policy of building the wall was racist. Now, what are we going to do now? Is Biden building the wall racist? Again, it's not the entire wall of what it should be, but 20 miles is a lot more than 1 foot, not more than 1 foot. But as I close, I'm going to say this. We need a lot more than the 20 miles. We need more border agents. We need to actually fund law enforcement. We need to do a lot of things to prevent our country from being overrun by these so-called asylum seekers, really illegal aliens, economic opportunists. We need to do a lot more to free our country of these people. If you want to come here legally, you want to be a legal immigrant and not try to finesse the system, as the cool kids say. If you want to do that, then I have no problem. But coming into the country illegally, sneaking through razor wire, hopping over fences, getting smuggled here by a coyote, I don't support that at all. You need to go back home. I don't care where you came from. You came from Europe, Africa, Asia, Central America, South America, Antarctica, Mars, Venus, Jupiter. I don't care where you're from. Go back home and then try to come back the right way, the legal way, the proper way that all law-abiding citizens must do. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on Joe Biden building the wall? Is it just because he's slipping in the numbers and the polls and he's got to do something because you got people that are protesting in Chicago, New York City, whatever your thoughts are? Let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This might be because of his polling numbers, but regardless of what, you say one thing and then do something else. Same thing with student loans. Oh, we're going to cancel student loan debt. And then when it comes time to do it, you don't do it. This is what they do a lot in politics. Joe Biden has done it plenty, but people in the mainstream media are reluctant to call him out on it, although CNN did right there, which is pretty surprising. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.